Hi, welcome to the Foxtail Estate. We are a new boutique bed and breakfast that's just opened here in historic Beach Street in Daytona, and just wanted to give you a little tour. Come on in. So welcome to our home. This is the foyer area. It's a guest check-in spot. We actually matched this color to a face cream that I had, and we absolutely loved it. This is actually the house in 1875. It was originally a general store, Thompson's General Store, and they had several town meetings in Daytona Beach here in the beginning. In the upstairs of the house, they actually signed the incorporation papers back in 1876. So this is the part of the house that is still existing from that original 1875 structure. This area downstairs was the general store, and then upstairs, like we said, was the meeting room. We actually found this original piano that was left in the house here. We have a ticket from 1877, but we aren't sure exactly when the piano was created, but it has a candelabra on the top just to show how old it was. I ended up disabling the piano and turning it into a coffee bar, but you can still see the candelabra structures there. We really, we looked into try to getting it repaired, and someone told us we have a piano-shaped object and it will never be a piano again, so we decided to repurpose it and use it here in the house. This is my office area, which is so nice to be able to look out at the marina, look at all the passerbys while I'm getting a little bit of work done in the morning, and I can tell you that there's always work to be done around here. So this is our main guest common area, and this is where I serve breakfast in the mornings. I do almost everything homemade. I try to get as much local and organic as I can. I do a yogurt bar with strawberry preserves that are homemade, cinnamon granola, berries, fruits, and then I also do homemade mini quiches and homemade breakfast bread of the day. And these bookshelves are all original as well. We did end up repainting them, but they've been built in since, I believe, the 1920s when the Rhodes family was living here. We do have some photos actually of the playwright Harrison Rhodes whenever he was writing in this very room. Because this house is on the National Historic Register, and the gentleman that was living here before us had kept all of the articles that have been written about the house, we were lucky enough to hang on to these, and so we decided to decorate the stairwell with all of the pieces of history. There have been many efforts throughout the year for people to renovate the house, and for some reason it just keeps falling apart again with, unfortunately, if you don't take care of an older home, things can go sour pretty quickly. So these are our guest rooms in this part of the house. This is our honeymoon suite, which is obviously a very grand space. This is the original structure from the general store as well. It's up here. This is where the incorporation papers of Daytona were signed. As you can see, we have a beautiful view of the marina. It's always nice to see the buzzing of the city, people walking by, always saying hi. It really makes you feel like you belong in this community. Our end goal is actually to do weddings here, and so this would be the honeymoon suite, and the brides would get ready here the day of the wedding. And I even made a little bridal glam station for the girls. I have the vanity set up with the perfect makeup lighting and all of the outlets your heart could desire. And then of course we have a beautiful view from the sunroom. Unfortunately, the backyard is still under construction, but that will someday be our wedding venue. And I'll show you into the honeymoon suite bathroom. We were actually able to salvage the tub. So we do have an original tub here. It's not a clawfoot. We did have another clawfoot, but we had to end up not being able to use that one. We were really excited that we could make this function. So obviously we do have this historic element, but the sinks are all modern, the lighting is all modern. So we're trying to keep a little bit of a nod to the history with bringing it up to speed. And we also have this massive cedar closet, which is almost impossible to find these days. And if you'll come with me, this is our middle bedroom. It's super cozy, the way that it has the bay windows. It's a nice little reading nook, and the style is a bit more, you know, lush, tropical, but with a nod to Art Deco with the black and white striped rug and all of the palm print accessories. Bathroom for the room that's across the hall here. Unfortunately, we tried to rack our brains and it was just not possible to connect these two. We thought of everything that we could, but it's an old house and we have to accommodate her, you know. This is my favorite room in the house. This is our Rhodes Room, named after Harrison Rhodes, the writer. And we have these huge windows here. It's very lush. Next door is actually a business and they're gone after 5 o'clock. So we kind of have the privacy here as well. It's just very light and bright, very cozy at the same time. And then this one does have a private balcony as well. Like we've said, we're still under construction in the back, but it is so nice to have this little warm spot to relax in the evening and have a glass of wine. So we have some really big plans for the backyard. Unfortunately, we bit off a little bit more than we could chew whenever we found out what we had gotten into. When we bought the house, we knew about the house problems, but we didn't know about the great drainage issues that we had here. But our plan is to open up everything. We've already scraped off some of the muck and replaced it with some better soil. We have to continue to do that on both sides. Then we have to regrade, add more drainage, and then eventually we're going to sod the entire yard. The back wall where the dirt pile is right now is actually going to be an ivy wall, and that'll be the ceremony area for the weddings. So we'll have rows of guests facing the ivy wall, which will be the backdrop, and then the area near the gazebo and closer to the house will be the reception area. We're going to have that also lush and green, but we'll have about a 10-foot paver strip so that you don't have to walk on the grass the whole time. And we're going to have a catering area over to the right. We'll use the gazebo. We're going to refinish that. That's original, obviously, and we're going to use that as either a bar area or cake cutting area. And then we're going to string lights across the whole yard, and it's going to be very magically beautiful. We just need a little more time. Thank you for following us on our tour around the Foxtail estate. We hope that we'll stay in touch. If you want to go to our website, www.foxtailestate.com, you can see about booking the rooms. Follow us on our social media, Facebook and Instagram at Foxtail Estate. If you're here for any of the special events that you know that we have so many of here in Daytona, from the 500, the Rolex 24, Bike Week, the Halifax Art Festival, we'd love to have you stay with us. And if you happen to be traveling north or south on the Intercoastal, we're right here across from the Halifax Marina, the Yacht Club, and several other marinas around. We're walking distance, and we'd love to have you come by.